Hello guys and welcome to another profile tree video. So in today's video we're going to be going through web development Q&A and we're going to be answering some of the common questions from beginners. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So just before we begin the Q&A, firstly I'd like to talk about what challenges would a web developer face from a daily basis. Firstly, it's the vast field with specializations like front end, back end, and full stack development. So, of course, as a beginner, you may struggle to decide which area to focus on initially, but that's the great thing about it as well. If you are a beginner, you can focus on different sectors first, see if you like it. If you don't, no problem at all. You can move on, say, from front end to back end to full stack. And of course, it's going to be a complete learning curve. So you have coding, you have programming, and it can be challenging at the start. So for those new to it, understanding HTML, CSS, JavaScript, so those are some of the example languages. It can of course take time, but with the right amount of time and effort, you can succeed. Now, the list goes on from here. Of course, there is plenty of different areas as to what a developer or web developer would face on a daily basis, and that's to do with problem solving, of course with keeping up with the technology and the project management, the cross-browser compatibility. But what we'll do is we'll talk through it within the video and we'll go through some of the most common questions asked as a beginner web developer. So what exactly is web development? Web development refers to the process of creating websites and web applications. It involves a range of tasks, from designing the visual elements of a website to coding the functionality that allows it to interact with users and data. We'll go through some of the key components and technologies commonly used in web development. Now, there are several different key components and technologies commonly used in web development. One of them being Hypertext Markup Language, which is also known as HTML. HTML is the standard markup language used to create the structure and content of web pages. It defines elements like headings, paragraphs, links, images, and more. You also have Cascading Style Sheets, also known as CSS. Now with CSS, it's used for styling web pages. So the beautiful sites that you see throughout the internet, you've got a load of different colors, different typography. That's all because of the cascading style sheets. Now it allows developers to control the layout, colors, fonts, and visual aspects of a website. CSS is essential for creating visually appealing and responsive designs. We'll look more into the reasons as to why coding languages are important for a website, and I'll demonstrate some of the websites that we have created using Profile Tree as well as some of our internal brands. Another programming language as well is called JavaScript. Now, JavaScript is a versatile programming language used for adding interactivity and dynamic behavior to websites. It enables features like form validation, animations, and real-time updates. You also have things like front-end frameworks. Now, what a front-end framework is the likes of using React, Angular, Vue.js, and these provide pre-built components and tools for building interactive user interfaces. They streamline the development process and enhance code maintainability. Now, there's several different software to use in order to code front-end frameworks, one being Visual Studio Code and one also being Visual Code. You also have back-end languages and frameworks. So not only do you have front-end, of course there is back-end as well. Back-end development involves server-side programming to handle data, user authentication, and server operations. Common back-end languages include Node.js, which is a popular choice for coding. You have Python, so you've got two languages there called the Django and Flask. You've got Ruby, which is Ruby on Rails. You've also got PHP and Java, which is Spring Boot. Now, talking more in depth with web development, you also have the likes of databases. What databases are an area to store and retrieve data. And of course, several different websites will require this, especially for e-commerce websites. E-commerce being a website where you can purchase an item and pay for an item. So that's what an e-commerce is. With the likes of non-e-commerce, you can also have databases if you'd like, but they commonly store either blogs, or you can also store information. So that's when databases take a role for a website. You do have parts like relational databases like MySQL and PostgreSQL, and NoSQL databases like MongoDB, which are commonly used for web applications. Another point is version control. So version control systems like Git help developers track changes to their code, collaborate with others, and maintain code base integrity. Now, talking back about the area where you can code, or the software that you could use, is code editors. Now, code editors such as Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text, and Atom provide a user-friendly environment for writing and editing code. Now, they offer features like syntax, highlighting, and auto-completion. Now, there's others as well, like web development tools. Now, what exactly would you use web development tools as a beginner? You could use web development tools like Chrome Dev Tools, Firefox Developer Tools, which help developers inspect and debug web pages, analyze network traffic, and as well as that, optimize website performance. But of course, you would only need to worry about this once you have a website up and running. Next is web hosting services. So to make a website accessible on the internet, developers use web hosting services to store website files and databases. These are popular hosting providers. So you've got AWS, you've got Azure, you've got Google Cloud, and shared hosting providers like Bluehost and SiteGround. So if you find creating websites can be a little bit tricky, of course, for coding, and you prefer more of a drag and drop builder, then you can use a content management system. Now, there are the likes of platforms like WordPress, you've also got Drupal, you've got Joomla, and that just overall simplifies website creation and management, particularly on content-heavy websites and blogs. And we'll later demonstrate what the content management systems are later on within the questions. Lastly, you've also got APIs, which stand for Application Programming Interfaces. APIs enable web applications to interact with external services and data sources. Developers can use RESTful APIs, GraphQL, and of course any other API technologies to integrate third-party functionality into their sites. So that, folks, is just an overall understanding of what development is, what the process of web development is all about. Of course, web development offers a wide range of career opportunities, and it allows developers to create everything from simple personal websites to complex web applications and e-commerce platforms. So overall, the choice of technologies and tools depend on the specific requirements of a project and the developer, which is yourselves, expertise. So as discussed, a website builder is pretty much the following, which is a CMS platform like WordPress, Drupal, Wix, Joomla, Shopify, Squarespace, you name it. There is a load amount of website creation and management platform for these particular content heavy website and blogs. And just to demonstrate, we'll go ahead and use Wix as an example for some of the website building that you can do. So of course, web development is an overwhelming process, but it can be quite rewarding as well if you accomplish and learn all the different languages. Now you can apply those towards website builders like Wix, Squarespace, and Shopify. Now, what's great about using a website builder is the ease of use. So starting off with Wix, Wix is renowned for its user-friendly interface. So as a web developer beginner, or just a beginner overall, You'll appreciate the intuitive drag and drop editor that allows you to place elements wherever you like on your website. That means no coding skills are required, making it an excellent choice for those starting in web development. In terms of templates and design, Wix offers a wide selection of templates covering various industries and styles. Now with these templates, they are fully customizable, allowing you to change colors, fonts, images, and layouts to suit your project's needs. This flexibility gives you creative control without having to code from scratch. Now, the key difference to this is, of course, this is a non-code type development software or CMS. You do, however, have to pay, so it comes with pricing. There are several different pricing plans, which does include a free plan. So even if you just want to try it out, see how you fare with a web developer or a CMS development tool, you do get a Wix branded domain for different names as well. So everything is included with a not just Wix, but Squarespace, Shopify, or any other CMS builder. Now, for a more professional web presence, of course, if you're looking to build a bigger website, or if you've developed the skills to do so, then you can use various premium plans, and that'll make it an affordable option, of course, for beginners and small businesses. Now, of course, as I said, it does come with hosting and domains. So Wix provides hosting as a part of its service, eliminating the need to seek external hosting. So that's the advantage to using this. You can also purchase a domain directly through Wix or connect an existing one. Now, with limitations, even if it is user-friendly, of course it does have limitations. In terms of advanced customization, if you're looking to build high complex or unique web application, you might find these limitations restrictive. Now, there is a coding area to Wix as well. So if you just open up code there, you'll see that there is JavaScript that's involved. So even though it is a drag and drop builder, you can create a website using Wix. It's key to know as a beginner to learn JavaScript. So JavaScript is very important with Wix. Now, of course, it doesn't use HTML and CSS. However, you can add CSS code onto it as well. You can even add backend code as well. So you could see that you could write backend code in Wix IDE. So if you have VS Code or Visual Studio Code open, and if you want to use that cloud-based development tool, then you can do so. And of course, you can open the Wix IDE. So this is what the Wix IDE looks like. And of course, you can code from here. So overall, even if you are learning to use a development tool like Wix, if you want to make it easy for yourself, you still need to learn how to code regardless. Even if it's just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, just those three simple pieces of languages will help you along the way with your coding journey. Now, of course, with other website builders like Squarespace, I would say Squarespace is known for its emphasis on design and aesthetics. As a beginner, you'll find the professionally designed templates visually appealing and well suited for portfolios, blogs, and creative endeavors. You do have several different templates and customization in par with Wix. So Squarespace offers a range of templates that can tailor your needs. The templates are known for their clean and modern designs, so the platform allows for some customization, but it's less flexible than Wix if you do want to create highly unique layouts. So that is one thing in comparison with Wix if you are deciding to use this and you don't have the IDE like Wix does. This is purely based as a drag and drop builder. You do have a little bit of coding if you do wish to code, but not as much as Wix. So I would say Wix is a great platform or a great base platform if you are going to decide to do some coding. Now, as well as this, they do offer e-commerce like Wix, and Squarespace integrates e-commerce functionality smoothly. It's suitable for beginners who want to set up online stores with relative ease. However, it might not be as feature-rich as Shopify for large e-commerce operations, and we'll talk about Shopify later on in the video. Now, as a content management system, Squarespace is particularly strong when it comes to content management, making it a solid choice for bloggers and content creators. Now, the platform is designed for users who want to publish and manage content without diving into complex technicalities. And in terms of pricing, Squarespace does offer competitive pricing plans, although it is a little bit more expensive compared to Wix and Shopify. Now, it doesn't have a free plan. However, it does provide a 14-day free trial to test its features. So, all the more reason to try out some of the CMS website builders. Another excellent choice for website development is Shopify. What Shopify primarily focuses on is e-commerce. Shopify is primarily an e-commerce platform, so if you're interested in learning about online retail and helping businesses sell products, then Shopify would be an excellent platform to explore. So if you are coding and you maybe just want to learn about the back end of how e-commerce works, then Shopify might be a good platform or a good place to learn more about it before you start coding. And of course, it does offer e-commerce based features like inventory management, order processing, payment integration, and more. So you don't really need to know much on that since we're just mainly talking about CMS. Now, in terms of customization, it works almost the same way as WordPress in terms of templates. You can customize the look and feel for your website using themes and coding, making it a versatile option for various projects. Now, it does have the App Store as well, like Wix and Squarespace, where you can integrate some functionalities to your website easily. So as a beginner, you can explore and experiment with various apps to see how they would fare with website capabilities. Cost is a little bit higher as well, but not as high as Squarespace itself. So especially with businesses with significant sales, don't really need to know that part. However, the cost for pricing plan, if you do decide to take on this, especially for clients, then this would be one of the choices that you might have to consider. Now, there are, of course, several different more platforms as well. A more commonly used one is WordPress. And if you are starting off development, then I would say WordPress is a fantastic choice to do so. This is one of the websites that we've created. Of course, this is our profile tree website, and this is actually being created by WordPress itself and using some of the templates as well. And of course, it uses SQL as well to store all the information. Now, blog, it does use CMS as well, so that's all integrated there as well. Again, WordPress is a content management system. It's most popular as a content management system globally, as it does power over 40% of websites on the internet. It's known for its versatility, allowing users to create various types of websites, from blogs, portfolios, to e-commerce sites, and more. What's great about this as well is that it is an open source software, and that means it's completely free to use, modify, and distribute. And this makes it accessible to a wide range of users, including beginners and experienced developers. Just so you guys can see as well, this is another website that we've built using CMS, WordPress. And what's great is that, as I've mentioned, themes can be used. Now, there's a vast library of different themes that you can use for WordPress. So if you're maybe stuck in design, you don't want to do a complete code on the actual website, then you can use these templates as well. You can get them from Envato Elements. Also, this is another website where you can pull some templates and transfer them over to a WordPress site. So the themes, it comes as free, it also comes as premium, so you can pay for a theme if you'd like, and that allows you to change your website's design quickly. These themes cover various styles and industries, making it easy to find one that suits your project. You also have areas like plugins. So the WordPress ecosystem boasts thousands of plugins that extend your site's functionality. Whether you need SEO tools, social media integration, e-commerce capabilities, or anything else, there's likely a plugin for it. So this flexibility, of course, allows you to tailor your site to your specific needs. And as mentioned, you've also got blogging capabilities. So here on Profile Tree, we've got blogs as well, and we're blog rich as well on Conley Cove itself. Blogging, WordPress has its roots in blogging, making it an exceptional platform for bloggers. It's built in blogging features. It has post scheduling, categories, tags, and commenting. So if you're maybe wanting to trial it out as a beginner, you want to see how you would build a blog on it, WordPress might be the way to go. And if you are looking to publish the site, it is very SEO friendly. It is well regarded for its SEO capabilities. It features like customizable permalinks, you've got meta tags, meta descriptions, ability to integrate SEO plugins. You've also got rank math for SEO plugins as well, which is great, helps you rank your blogs better, and that makes it easier to optimize your site for search engines. Another thing as well is if you can get stuck, especially if you are a beginner, you're using GitHub and you're using the likes of WordPress as well, or software development tools like the Visual Studio Code IDE, then you do also get some community support through WordPress. With a vast and active user community, you'll find a wealth of tutorials, forums, and resources to help you navigate WordPress. Whether you have a technical question or need design inspiration, you've got a community there to support you. As well as hosting, security, scalability, they're all pretty much integrated on there. So scalability can meet the ends of small or large or even a complex website. So that's another great reason as to why you should use the platform. In terms of security, you've got plugins to help you out there. WordPress is overall secure by default anyway, but it's just essential to keep it updated to protect any potential vulnerabilities. Additionally, as I said, there's security plugins you can use like iThemes and so on. So just feel free to explore WordPress itself. Now you've got hosting as well and cost, and with WordPress, it can be self-hosted or hosted on the WordPress.com. Now people get the WordPress and WordPress.com mixed up. So WordPress itself is, of course, the area where you can develop the site, and WordPress.com is the area where you can host on. Now, self-hosting offers more control and customization options, making it a popular choice among developers. And of course, you have the cost. WordPress software itself is free. However, you do have the areas where you would pay for themes, plugins, and hosting. Overall, though, the affordability of WordPress remains one of the most significant advantages to the reason why people would use WordPress itself. So, how can I practice and how can I improve my web development skills? So that's fairly easy. Everybody knows that practice is key. So even build small projects. So whether it's just a small site or if it's a small web application, regardless what you're using your skills for, of course for web development primarily, try to build these small projects. Even if it doesn't have to be perfect, even if you just get the base layout, HTML, CSS, have those two languages in place, practice them every day as much as you can if you have time, of course, and create these personal websites. Now, when you are creating these small projects or personal websites, it's great as well for personal use. Now, what I mean by this is you can build up a portfolio, especially if you're looking for a job opportunity. Then it's a great way to show employers what you're capable of when you've created these personal websites or small projects. What you can also do is you can contribute to open source projects as well. So if you just want to learn bits and pieces, then that would be the best way to do so. There are also multiple different services online that you can use in order to learn a little bit more about coding. And as well as that, there are other areas as well, like W3 schools, which teach you more in-depth coding challenges, as well as different types of platforms that offer opportunities to hone your skills. I would say W3 schools would be one of the best choices that you can pick. I myself have used W3 schools and have found it very, very helpful to learn more about what HTML is, CSS, JavaScript, and of course, on top of that as well, if you really want to improve your web development skills, it would be great to learn outside of your boundaries, like learn about Node.js, learn about C++. So try not to stick with your comfort zone. Try to explore different programming languages as well, and that'll help develop your web development skills. And from there on, you'd be more than capable to do front-end development as well as back-end development, or even a full stack development where you're doing front and back-end development. And that's the sort of thing that employers like to see, which is having the knowledge to know different types of languages as well as learning how to do databases as well. Another question that's most commonly asked is, what are the latest trends in web development? So staying updated on trends is essential. Progressive web apps, which is PWAs, are gaining popularity for their offline capabilities. You've got serverless architecture, which simplifies deployment as well, and the rise of AI, which is artificial intelligence and machine learning, are used for smart features. And you've also got single applications, which is SPAs, which provide a seamless user experience. So it's best to make sure that you stick with the latest trends in web development to help keep you updated with how the process is now for web development. Another question that is commonly asked is, how do I keep my web development skills up to date? Now, like we've mentioned before, of course, keep on practicing, improve your web development skills as well, but as well as that, make sure that you've subscribed to blogs, podcasts, and newsletters that are related to web development. As well as this, engage with the developer community. So even join forums, even follow people on social media, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, and try to follow those who have a great influence on web development. Even try to attend conferences, webinars, workshops to learn about emerging technologies and best practices. Now, we ourselves at Profile Tree can offer these workshops to learn about the new practices or web development, SEO. We all provide that. So making sure that your skills are up to date, that would be the best way to go through it, which is social media, attending conferences, webinars, as well as that, subscribing to blogs and podcasts. So for the people that of course have started web development, there are a lot of things to learn, and one of them being a responsive web design. So that's easy enough to explain. What exactly is a responsive web design? Responsive web design is an approach to designing websites that ensures they adapt and display correctly on various devices and screen sizes. So that's to do with CSS media queries, which are commonly used to achieve responsiveness. Now, if you are using the likes of website builders like Wix, WordPress, just all the different types of CMS platforms, you don't really have to worry about the responsiveness, as they are already responsive to desktop, tablet, and mobile. They'll automatically do it for you depending on how you've structured your website. But as I said, if you are creating it as a hard code, which is of course to do with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, CSS media queries, that would be the most commonly used to achieve that type of responsiveness. But there you have it, guys. That pretty much reaches the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, let us know in the comment section below. We'd like to know what you think. But other than that, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much for watching.